What's up, people? 412K, 412K. I'm recording it like this because if you look in the right hand corner there, you'll see like a little comment. I was commenting back and forth with the man in Connecticut. Now his issue is a lot about a lot of the youth out in Connecticut and certain areas. They're causing a lot of violence and havoc going on, right? And his thing is that he wants to lock the youth up. His whole goal is to lock everybody up and throw away the key. Now, in reality, in the real world, some parts of the thing he is right about. Certain people just can't be helped. They should be in jail. Okay? That's just the way life is. And some of us don't deserve to be in jail for some penny stuff. But he responded back. You know, like everything else, he was mad because I said solutions. I left this over here, so if you even wanted to go over and glance and looked at what I said and what he said and his response, you know. What he's going through and what I'm going through is two different things, but he's a Caucasian and I'm a black man, okay? The way he's sounding like he's trying to narrow it down to certain areas, but when he starts narrowing it down to everything, he starts throwing everybody in the mix. Everybody in this circle is part of the violence. Some of us are not here to hurt anybody. We're just trying to build something out of these kids before they start getting out of hand and they get exterminated like they've been doing. That's what it's all about. So I'm only want to take 5 minutes and let you listen to a piece of it. I hope that he's not going to say anything because this is all about what me and him commenting back each other, okay? And I'm gonna tell you, Tom Bear. I'm gonna tell you something, man. All my life, I went to the good schools, okay? And I know what it's like when poor people and rich people collide, or I know both sides of the coin. This is the reason why I have the solutions and the ideas to help my community and get these kids to doing something else besides killing each other and going into and breaking into your house and destroying your Caucasian lifestyle, okay? I come up with the solutions. It ain't the point. It's not my fault that a bunch of people that call themselves pro-blacks, all they want to do is run their mouths and not do nothing about it. You know, I'm only one person out of 1 million people that's trying to help the community, but we get spit on as much as anybody else. But in your case, putting them in a criminal system, right? Putting them in a criminal system where they can work for free and get free labor out of them is a lot better than actually making them something where they can feel, you know. I don't want to go there. I don't know. Just listen to this, Dan. Just listen. Just listen, so I can do. Just listen.
If evil were easy to see just by somebody's appearance, well, we wouldn't really have to worry about evil people anymore, would we? Sometimes we see people who are evil wearing a very nice pressed shirt, nice tie, they got a nice job title, they speak beautifully, they speak with authority and confidence. That makes it a little bit harder to listen to them, but it makes it a lot more important to listen to them. Let's take a look at this video from Connecticut and criminal justice reform. Let's see if you can pick out the good person in this video. Let's see if you can pick out the evil person in this video.
We've caught kids with ankle bracelets, and then they're out there again.
Wethersfield Police Chief James Citran expressing frustration over his officers doing their jobs, only he says to have the criminal justice system drop the ball.
They're not likely to be punished very severely even if they're caught, which is amazing to me because they run so hard. Their pursuits are, you can't pursue them because what happens is they drive like maniacs.
The comments coming after another high-profile incident on Sunday in which 3 teens were in a white SUV stolen out of South Windsor. In this footage from a police dash cam, the suspects took off after a collision between the stolen car and another vehicle. A family of 3 was in the other car, taken to the hospital for their injuries, but are expected to be okay. The video and circumstances are sparking a new twist on an old debate: what to do when dealing with juveniles that commit these types of crimes. Supporters of the current system include Mike Lawler, the state's Undersecretary for Criminal Justice.
We have ways of addressing these problems. There are fewer of these problems than there used to be. And as I said, with motor vehicle cases in particular, those would go to adult court.
Lawler says Connecticut is statistically seeing lower crime rates and smaller prison populations. And while car thefts are on a slight uptick, a few high-profile incidents, he says, isn't indicative of a broken system.
We do know that there's fewer arrests. There's fewer arrests of young people, either as juveniles or as adults. We know there's fewer kids coming into the system every year. So all of those indicate that the problem is not getting worse, it's getting better.
Meanwhile, South Windsor police are taking matters online, putting this post on Facebook reminding drivers to lock their cars, especially as some high-tech features like remote starts
Start me an ambulance, a couple other units.
allow for low-tech crimes.
You know, to his credit, the police chief is speaking very plainly about what's going on in Connecticut. Could be the same everywhere. He doesn't identify the driving perpetrators as black, but he does talk about something we talk about on this channel a lot. That is the catch and release. The chief goes, the problem is we're catching these people and then the criminal justice system lets them go. What's up with that? So when we get this guy from the vice president of some criminal justice thing in the state of Connecticut, he looks like he knows what he's talking about, doesn't he? Did you hear him, what he said? So the chief of police says the problem is we're letting him go. And the guy from the criminal justice system reform thing says, no, letting him go is the solution, not the problem.
Oh, shit.
We're going to, we got a problem in criminal justice. That's what our solution is. We're going to arrest fewer people. We're going to let them get out when we get in here. We're going to charge them with less. You remember in Chicago what happens when you get picked up for carjacking now? It's a misdemeanor. Think about all the damage that guy and that, not just him, because it's all sorts of people that believe just like him. The solution to criminality is letting criminals out of jail, because everybody knows putting criminals in jail causes crime. Listen, I'm sorry, but that's really, really bad on an evil level. When you think about all the damage these people do that have records that should be put away from us. We don't care about the rehabilitation. That does not work. But as functioning members of a society, we are entitled to say, listen, if you catch somebody doing something violent and harmful and really bad, listen, just put him somewhere. Keep him away from us. That's a fair thing to say. On this channel, a lot of people talk about solutions. Colin, you don't have any solutions. Colin, why don't you have some solutions? Because sometimes I feel embarrassed to even say what the solutions are, because the solution is so obvious. To ask what a solution is, Colin, what are your solutions? It's a very juvenile thing, it seems to me. It's like, you're 6 years old and you're outside playing in the snow. And you go, Mommy, I'm cold. And your mom goes, well, Coley, put a jacket on. No, Mommy, I don't like that solution. Well, Coley, go in and, go inside, drink some hot chocolate, get near the fire. I don't like that solution, Mommy. So the solutions are obvious. We know what the solutions are. If you go around hurting people, if you go around targeting white people and hurting them and robbing them and killing them wildly out of proportion, we have a solution for that. It's called prison. Except the people at the criminal justice reform have so devalued the lives of victims of crime, because on some level maybe they think we deserve it. Maybe they think white people deserve it, Asian people deserve it, old people, young people, gay people, straight people, kitties, puppies, turtles deserve it. How else do you explain it? Other than we deserve it, and the black people committing this crime do not deserve punishment because they are the victims of white racism. That's the only reason they're committing these crimes. That's what criminal justice reform is. That's what the guys are kneeling for at the NFL. You know, somebody tried to make this a veterans thing. This doesn't have anything to do with the veterans. This is about the cops. This is all about Colin Kaepernick and all of his, you know, merry band of marching men, or whatever you want to call them. They've hijacked something called a criminal justice reform movement, and in effect what it means is we cannot put black people in jail for committing crime because A, they're victims, and B, the real victims aren't really that much of victims anyway because they have white privilege. And who are they, you know, who are we to say that they deserve any kind of protection from society? That's why we see them all constantly lowering the crimes, the charges. There's a lot of leeway what you could charge somebody with, you know, when they commit a crime. But so just to
as you can see over on the side over there, you can see that we were commenting back and forth with each other. This is a white Caucasian that thinks as us black people we should be put away. What do you debate? How can you debate what this man said about us? What are you going to debate? What can you really debate? Huh? I got police officers in my family. I got law enforcement in my family. You don't think I... Oh, hold on. Oh. She was like, boom, boom, boom. Sorry, people, hold on. This happened when you do your laundry, right? Some stuff was too heavy in there. I should know better. But anyway, let me put it over there. I'm just sorry, people. I do my own laundry. You know, some of us black people, we don't have our women do our laundry. We're actually more independent because we was raised to be independent on ourselves. Not all black people out there to destroy white people. And I understand what he's saying. I understand what's going on around us. I'm not fucking an idiot, okay? But guess what? I don't have the power and money that you have to put therapy and counselors in these youthful situations where we get out of hand, right? Not we, actually, because these are a bunch of kids that don't have good role models, I'll just say. It's hard to... I'm just telling about you pro-blacks out there, and you black people think that us fighting against each other, we're the only enemy is ourselves. Look at it. There's other people that are willing to take us out of here. Now... he was just trying to be nice, polite. But you could tell he does not want us near him. You know what I mean? I grew up around people like this man. They do not want everybody around them. They only want they want the it's hard to take certain things away from this man because, you know, that's what he feels, you know what I mean? That's what he sees, that's what he feels. I'm just saying, when you look at this video, keep an open eye about life, man. It's not easy as it sounds. And there's a lot of people that are enemies that are not our friends. They're our enemies, okay? And for our youth to go out there and act like clowns and do things to hurt other people, they have to pay the price. They have to go to jail. They have to pay the price as an adult. I don't believe in a man's crime versus a boy's crime. All crimes are the same. I'm telling you that right now, and they should go to jail as anybody else and stay there as whatever the law allows. But while they're still in jail, they should get some kind of, you know, therapy, you know, mental therapy, you know, teachers, you know, try to create something better out of a student, I mean, out of a prisoner, you know, especially they're young. See if you can actually you can bring them back. I don't know. When I listen to somebody like him, man, it's like, he's like everybody else that I know. You know what I mean? He's nothing different from everybody else that I grew up with and went to school with. They always was the ones that told me, why do you people cannot do the right thing? Why do you people like to fucking break in the house? Why do you people do crack? Why do you people, how come most of these people don't know how to read and you go to the same school? Why do some of these people don't like to work? Why do you people always can't put your pants up? How come you always show your underwear? How come these people always want to swear and talk down? And I used to hear this constantly for years and years about us black people or minorities, you know, from the Caucasians all my life. I hope this video helps some people. Hope it helps some people to understand that your enemy is yourself, but there's other people that they're not going to help us. They read it. He doesn't mean exterminate, but in my line and through the between the lines, if he had his choice, he would have you exterminated. I'm not saying that he would, but back here somewhere, chop and block, okay? And Tom Bear, thank you for the information. Thank you for the back and forth conversation a little bit. Thank you for teaching me something about myself that I need to always look in the straight path and don't take no turns, because every time I take a turn left or right, you'll be there waiting for me with handcuffs and a bullet to the brain. Just being psychotic. I see he got me all twisted up with my words. Everybody take it easy. Just be careful with life. This video right here should tell you something, that you need to be more careful, because more people are watching us every day. They're not going to let us sleep. They're not going to let us. They're going to watch us and wait for us to do any little thing. Any little thing. It's a jail sentence. But what he was showing was the worst of the worst. They should all be locked up, as far as I'm concerned. Anybody that does that kind of anything like what he's showing me, you're supposed to be locked the fuck up. Period. Okay? An adult crime or child crime, whatever it is, by this full extent of the law, if you could do adult crimes, you should be treated as an adult. I'm just gonna go with that. All right, everybody, 412K. Everybody have a good day. You know, take it one day at a time. All right, people. Later.